All right, Kristen.
Yes, Vic.
Now hear me out.
I'm listening.
This one's a little different than what we usually do, but it's gonna be how much would it take? So I'm gonna give you
Okay.
something, and then you say like how much money it would take for you to go along with it.
To go
All right.
along with it.
Yeah. So for instance, first one is how much would it take for you to fight Mike Tyson?
Shoot. To fight or just get hit.
Yeah, you get a chance, but I mean,
It's Mike Tyson. Um, Shit, they get paid some good money. I was gonna say probably like at least 50 mil. They could afford it.
they could. But can your body afford it?
Can my body afford it? Shit, if I take one hit and I go down, if I dive, bro, I think I'll be okay. I take a dive for 50 grand for 50 mil.
For 50 mil fighting Mike Tyson.
Probably 50 mil, bro.
That's not bad. I think that's
I think it's
probably
not over
seven.
the top, but it's like reasonable.
That's the part. I feel like I don't know. I was thinking more like 30 mil for some reason.
That's random. Yeah.
Hey, it's still life changing money.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. 50 mil, life changing, get knocked out, is whatever. And my
Right.
body, and I could afford the hospital bills and stuff too, just in case. I'd be set.
All right. Let's go on to the next one then. How much would it take for you to never watch football again?
Oh no, I can't do that.
But you can get a fight with Mike Tyson?
I'll do a fight with Mike Tyson, but give a football, bro, to never watch football again.
Yeah.
Do I have to give a price?
I mean, what are you thinking? Like you just can't?
That's hard, bro. Like, you go first on that one. How would
I don't
you? How would you take you? He's like $50.
know. Nah, bro, it would have to take a lot. Like football's just I don't know. It's my happiness. It's my happy place.
I'm dead. Not his
You could
family, not his kid. Football. He said football is my way out away from everybody.
right.
I, I feel you on that though.
Even though most of the time we're just yelling at the TV, disappointed with the Cowboys again.
But they still, still our team at the end of the day.
But I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's hard, man. I don't know. Like,
I
yeah,
probably do. I don't know, 20 mil.
that's it.
Bro, that's like
I
I don't
mean,
know. It's a
it's
small
life
size.
change. Yeah, you said small sacrifice.
I think so. I mean, kinda. I mean, it's not like important.
But you're asking me to give up something I really enjoy. I can see 20 mil though, like only because I have like other stuff that I can really do. But that sucks. You can't be in the conversations about stuff. People talk about football, and you're just like, sorry, this 20 million said I couldn't watch it anymore.
I mean, it's not like everybody watches football though, so
It's not wrong, but still.
hey, just watch. I mean, you have other sports
What else I'm
too.
gonna do during the fall?
Uh, go to pumpkin patches. I don't know.
Underwater basket weaving. Going to pumpkin patches. That only lasts for so long, Vic.
You're right. You're right. How much would it take for you to live in a car for a year?
For a year? How big's the car?
Your car.
Eesh. My car's not bad, but still. To live in it? Oh my god. That sounds very uncomfortable. It has to be more than what I make.
Oh, definitely.
I would do it for a cool meal.
A mil? That's reasonable. Because it's just a year. I
It's just a
mean,
year. Yeah. I'm doing everything. You see, I'm doing everything by millions. I'm not
no,
going under $1 million.
you ain't selling yourself cheap.
Not at all. You want me to do something that I don't want to do? $1 million off the bat. Okay. So how much would it take for you to live in a car, Vic?
uh my car? Oof. That's not bad. Got heated seats. During the cold. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that works here in the code. Yeah.
I don't know. Like I feel like because you're over here saying a million for everything. I don't want to sell myself cheap.
He said 100K. That's it.
No, I probably I would consider it for 500K.
500K. Okay.
Yeah, I'd consider it. 750K though, I'm definitely doing it.
Oh yeah, I understand that. That's like, especially with like how much we make, at our jobs and stuff. That's kind of a no brainer in its own way.
Mhm.
So I can see that.
Uh,
And then like I got a lot of gadgets and stuff too. So I
oh
don't think
yeah,
it'll
you
be.
do.
I don't think it'll be that uncomfortable for me. Like I have like outlets and shit in my car that I can use. So heated blankets and stuff like that. But it's a lot of
You can,
gas.
if you have money, you can definitely make it work.
Yeah. And what stops me from? Do I get the $1,000,000 after I'm done with my year? I assume.
Yeah.
Or do you get your $1,000,000 and then you live in your car?
After,
That
definitely.
would really suck, because not.
Right.
Well, you'll be saving a lot of money because you're not paying rent or mortgages or anything like that. So it's not too bad.
True. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you keep we keep the same money that we're making now, I don't think it'd be too bad. It'd be uncomfortable,
Yeah, most definitely,
but
but
all right.
not
Last
like
one.
undurable.
All right, last one. How much would it take for you not to be able to listen to music ever again?
Oh, that's one thing I cannot do. Kill me now. Cause like not listening to music anymore, bro. You have to think about everything that involves music. So you talking about TV shows, movies, videos, just music alone. I couldn't do that one, bro.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't know, but yeah, probably not.
Nah, you had a price. It has to be a price you had in mind. He said $2.
No, because you're right. Like music is in every aspect of like life. You got like theme songs, and I don't know. Oh, could you listen to TV with like captions?
No, not now that I've already listened to music before. I definitely want to hear. I'm
I
not.
feel
I'm
you.
not. I'm not deaf. You know what I mean?
What if
Yeah.
someone like just started singing like next to you? You just gotta like walk away.
Yeah. How does that work?
I
Does
don't
it just,
know.
is it like they sing and it just like automatically my ears just like block it out because I
I
can't
probably
listen?
like some Black Mirror shit.
Yeah, Black Mirror shit. That'd be weird. No, I couldn't do that one. I enjoy music way too much for that.
Yeah, I'm agree with you on that.
Interesting questions though.
Thank you.
Pretty good question, Vic. I like that
Thank
one.
you.
But do you have anything else you want to add?
No, let's go ahead and hop into it.
Hop into the podcast. All right, getting the podcast started in 3, 2, 1. What up, everybody? This is your boy Chris,
This is Vic.
and welcome to Now Hear Me Out. This is episode number 65. Is it 65?
You asking the wrong person.
It's either 64 or 65. I keep messing up. Sorry, guys, but whichever one it is, you're gonna see it right there. But welcome to the podcast. If you're listening now, make sure you click on that subscribe button, that bell notification, so every time we post, you get notified. Vic, any updates?
I mean, like as I mentioned last time on the podcast, I was back in Arlington, or not Arlington, but like back in the area
Mm-hmm.
this past weekend because I had to work in office. So finished out that week. Um, spent a lot of time with family and friends, which was nice. Stay at your house quite a bit. Got
Yeah.
to see you. Let's see. I feel like I did something Friday. Friday night, I think. Was it Friday? Yeah, me and Leslie, we got some like a 12 pack, and we like just drank that whole thing. It was pretty fun. Like, cause she was in the mood to drink. I don't know why.
I
And it
understand
was
that
kind of like,
sometimes. That just happens sometimes where you're just like, good. Some beer would be pretty good right now.
yeah, like we got to your place probably like what 12
Pretty
ish.
late. Pretty late.
Yeah, and I was like, we'll probably just drink a couple because on Saturdays I wake up early for garage sales, or we wake up early for garage sales, and we ended up drinking that whole 12 pack, which we had a good time. Um, I woke up early still. I went ahead and let Leslie sleep in. So I went to the garage sales. That was nice.
Any
Um,
fines?
yeah, I found some. I still sound like video games, and I found The Office like season like 5 of the seasons, which is
Mm-hmm.
nice. I'll probably keep myself though
Okay.
until they put it back on Netflix. So
Are they planning to put it back on Netflix?
what? No, probably not. I don't
Yeah,
think so.
it's like on Peacock, ain't it, or something like that now?
Yeah. Let's talk about what happened Saturday. But Saturday night I went to Julian's party, which is one of our friends' son. He turned 4 years old, but you know how the Hispanic culture does it.
Yeah, yeah. How long did that party last?
We left there probably around 12. So, but after that, let me tell you what happened. So we had planned to stay with Les's. Well, we did stay with Les's mom afterwards, and she lives in an apartment complex that has like you know visitors parking, like it's designated spot for visitors parking.
Yeah.
And so by the time we got there, like it was completely full. So we were like, all right, we can probably just wait it out a little bit. This has happened before. It usually takes, I don't know, 15, 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Bro. It took a good hour and a half to 2 hours before we were able to like park a car there.
Oh wow. So what y'all
And
doing in the
we were
meantime? Just sleep in the car or something?
yeah, we were just no, we were like just yeah, chilling in the car, kind of like looking out. Like I was trying to stay awake, bro. I was tired as fuck. And she was tired. Luckily, I mean, Ava was already in the apartment with her mom, so
Mm-hmm.
like that was a good thing. Like she was already asleep.
That's good.
We were just over here struggling to find parking, and then bro, parking it frustrates me.
oh
But we didn't go to sleep till like at least like 3, and
wow.
then the plan was we were gonna meet up with my parents at 7 to eat breakfast, and then go head back to San Antonio.
Okay.
So because we were meeting up with dad because today's actually my dad's birthday. So shout out to my
Oh,
dad.
happy birthday, Papa
Uh,
Garcia.
but since I couldn't be there today, we were gonna celebrate with him on Sunday. So we went to IHOP. But we definitely did not leave afterwards. We went back to her mom's place and just took a fat ass nap.
I'm dead.
We ended up leaving pretty late actually because we were gonna go visit her dad as well, and we didn't get back to San Antonio till like 11.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so yeah, it was it was okay though. I mean, it was a good time, good
And,
time with family.
and leaving at the later time of the day too is not always a bad thing. I'm pretty sure traffic wasn't that crazy at that time of
Yeah,
day.
it's either like leave it early, that's what we initially planned to do, or leave late. So in the middle of the day is kind of a little rough, especially around the Austin area, but we're getting used to it.
That's good. That's good.
But what about you?
Oh man.
Any
So
updates?
you guys know this is a big week for me. Your boy got some news.
Woo!
He is officially engaged.
Hey.
I proposed to Kayla on Saturday. Um, and it was great. The proposal turned out amazing, a lot better than I expected. Not too many hiccups and stuff
That's
like that.
good. That's good.
Luckily, I had a lot of people helping out. Vic was helping. I had a lot of family members that came and helped and stuff like that. And trying to keep this thing a secret for the past like 2 months of planning. It was crazy. We had people flying in to see see the proposal and everything. It was great. Um, but yeah, that was kind of the biggest thing of the week. Like you said, like Vic
Ring
said,
on it.
huh?
I said you put a ring on it.
I sure did. I sure did. But it's crazy. So a little background like of me and Kayla. I'm not gonna tell our whole story, of course, but like it's crazy because there was a point of time where I was talking to Kayla and like I was telling all my friends like one day I'll make this girl my wife. And this is before we were even dating, before it was like super serious or anything like that. It was just like Kayla was just such a down to earth person, and I loved her spirit, loved the person she was, and I felt like we clicked very well. And even though she didn't see it yet, I did, and I was like, I'm gonna make this happen. So we've been through a lot of trials and tribulations, stuff like that. And hey, here we are today. Shoot, we got a house together. Now we're engaged. We're gonna get married soon, and it's all very exciting. And it's
Soon
just like,
Ava's gonna have a friend.
huh?
I said, and then soon Ava's gonna have a friend.
Yes, soon. But hopefully not too soon. But hopefully when Ava's like 3. But yeah, but we're trying to get wedding stuff together, and we're already talking about trying to get the dates and stuff like that, and what we're gonna wear, and stuff like that. So it's interesting, and it's gonna be a journey. But thanks everybody who came out. If you're watching, thank you, Vic, Leslie, everybody, moms. I know that y'all are watching. Appreciate y'all as well. And it's just crazy, like how much everybody put together. My aunt made the cakes that everybody saw, and
Those
amazing
nice
cakes.
cakes.
And it was an amazing group effort and trying to make this happen. She was truly excited and truly happy. I know she's really excited now. So it was a pretty good group.
Like everyone was like before you got there, everyone was like so excited. Like I can see how much effort people were putting into it. Even Kayla's dad, like he got someone to mow the lawn and everything.
Yeah, I saw. He told me about that.
Had to pay a little extra, but he got it done.
Yeah, I heard about that. And he was like, "Yeah, hey Chris, I got your lawn mowed," and it's crazy because I mowed the lawn the week before, so I didn't think the grass was going to come up that much, but it has been raining a lot, and I guess the grass is like, "Hey, here we are." So that was really awesome of him. He's been huge on this whole thing. He did a lot for this, and I can't tell him thank you, more than I have already. But definitely appreciate it for sure. And man, so many people were crying. I was crying. I was trying to hold the tears back. I couldn't do it. It was just everybody was like teared up, and I can only imagine how this wedding's gonna be. We had a lot of people for just the proposal.
I know there was a lot of people there.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you, bro. Thank
you
for
and
being
Kayla.
Yes. So yeah, that's my biggest news. Not too much else happened. I was just planning that whole planning thing was pretty stressful, but hey, it came together really nicely, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. So your boy's officially out. Well, not officially, but yeah, I'm off the market, of course. But I guess technically it won't be like officially off the market until you get married. But you know what I mean. But
I thought it was like you're officially off the market once it's Facebook official.
I'm dead. Well, we've been officially off the market since day 1. So no, but of course I love Kayla to death, and she knows that. And all my family, her family, they love both of us, and it's beautiful. So.
Oh. You start making me cry.
And it's teardrop. But yeah, that's my news. Also, if you guys, this is like super random transition, but I'm transitioning. So if you guys haven't seen our shop yet for our merch and stuff, please go check it out. It's Now Hear Me Out, I think spread shop. Just check out our bio. It's in there. It's gonna be listed under merch. Check it out. There are some pretty cool stuff on there, and hey, just try to help support. We appreciate it. So
appreciate it.
Yeah, that's all I have to really say.
I guess we are hopping into the stories.
We can hop into the story.
All right, let's see. Sorry, one of my tabs closed. But sorry, I gotta pull it up. All right, so I guess hopping into our quick mentions, stories that don't have too much insight, like meat, but enough, like just the headline, just because it's interesting.
Go ahead, Vic.
So Wingstop has released a chicken sandwich. How do you feel about that? Do you like Wingstop?
Wingstop is okay. I feel like Wingstop is overhyped.
I feel like people either love Wingstop or they're like,
I don't mind it. It's good. It has its moments, but there's been a lot. I think I've had more kind of bad experiences with Wingstop than I have with like good ones. Like their wings are usually smallish, or they're kind of dry on the dry side, and it's just, it's just kind of hit and miss for me.
I mean, Leslie loves Wingstop, so she kind of got me to like love Wingstop.
That's definitely can make you do anything. Like, you're gonna love Wingstop. You're gonna eat Wingstop. You're gonna love it.
So it's definitely a preferred wing space. So I'll be interested to try out this chicken sandwich for sure. It comes in 12 different flavors, so
I hope so. Don't they have like 12 different sauces?
yeah, true, I guess. Do you consider wings as a meal, or is it just an appetizer?
I feel like wings is more of an appetizer, unless you're getting like a certain amount. But like it's finger food, you know. I just don't feel like it's a lot of meat on them most times.
Mm-mm.
So I think what makes it kind of a meal is because they give you fries. But I would say more appetizer.
Yeah, I figure because every time we talk about wings, like Troy and Leslie always get into like whether it's an appetizer or like a meal. It's because like, what do you want to eat for tonight? It's like wings. We're just gonna eat appetizers. So
Man, which if you get like the full wings, I can see that being more of a meal. But like the small wings, you know, drumettes and little wings, yeah, I don't know. I
no,
guess it.
I feel you, but I always get like full. So I was like, I don't know. This guy, I guess it just depends on your
Well, I'm saying if you just ate just wings and without the fries, you probably wouldn't. Like I think the fries is
true,
what fills you up, you
true,
know. But
valid point.
the wings itself is just like okay, that feels like appetizer. That's why it's on every appetizer and
Yeah.
all menus. You know what I mean? It's just it's kind of hard not to say it's an appetizer because it's not something that's meant to make you full. You know,
Mhm.
somebody be like, "Hey, I'm gonna get a burger with a side of wings." It's not too
Two
out there,
meals.
yeah.
Valid point. Valid point. Next up, a roller coaster at Six Flags in New Jersey that climbs 19 stories malfunctioned and injured 14 people.
Mm.
I don't know, bro. I feel like I guess because I'm getting older, but I don't know. Roller coasters aren't as appealing to me anymore. You kind of feel that way, or is it just me?
It's just you, Vic. Maybe because you have a daughter too now. You're like, I have something to live for. Which I have plenty to live for too. I don't know. I'm a very thrill seeking person. So I love roller coasters and things like that. And I haven't stopped. So when we ever identify new roller coasters and stuff like that, I love it. So when we went
Mhm.
to like Disney and we got to our Universal Studios and got to try all the different rides and stuff, I loved it. Now your boy got to lose some weight, uh, because I almost then wasn't able to get on some of the rides, and I don't I don't like getting that look like, hey man, I don't know about this one. Sit in our tester seat and see if you. Yeah, that's just kind of embarrassing. I ain't gonna lie to you, but
I feel
I
you.
I do love roller coasters. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Maybe it's just I need a change of environment. Maybe I got too used to Six Flags.
I
I
feel
don't know.
like I guess I can see that because we did go to Six Flags a lot.
Yeah,
Uh,
even like when I was younger, we used to go a lot. We had like season passes every year. I know
mm.
we stopped going. So I mean, I don't know.
we
Maybe
used
they got a Six Flags here in San Antonio, so that'd be kind of. We've actually been to that one once, me and Leslie,
mm,
like a long time ago. But it'd be cool to visit that one again.
very true. You know they got rid of like the season passes and stuff.
Did they?
The memberships they how they used to have like the diamond members and stuff like that. They got rid of
Yeah.
those, so they got a different membership plan, I believe, but it's a lot different than what it used to be. It's not like I think I was paying for my diamond membership. I was paying like $8 a month or something like that. They don't have that kind of
Mhm.
stuff no more.
Inflation, bro.
Yeah, they're like no, we're making our money. Same with the dining passes.
Right. All right, last up. Netflix has released the first images for its blockbuster show. That's not a blockbuster show, but like a show about
About
blockbuster.
plus, yeah, I got you. That's interesting. Would you watch it?
Yeah. I think so. I mean, it could it has some good actors, and I forgot the names. I'm not good with actors, but let's see, who
That's
was
so,
it?
it's so random, like to think about it though. Like Netflix is basically making a show about how they kind of took over.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like that's so like in your face, like because apparently
uh,
they had to. I heard they had to buy the rights to use the name Blockbuster, and they did instead of like trying to use like a different name.
yeah.
But it's funny. Like I
Well,
think
I
it'd
feel
be,
like if you're gonna make a blockbuster show, you gotta be able to use the name Blockbuster.
I think it'd be pretty good though. Like it's supposed to be like comedy and stuff. Like those like kind of like I want to say The Office. I don't want to compare anything to The Office, The
Okay.
greatest show on earth. I'm just kidding.
The greatest show on the planet Earth.
But like, I think it was this one superstore, or supermarket, something like
Yeah,
that.
Supermart. That's
Yeah,
actually pretty. That's a pretty good show.
I think it's supposed to be kind of like that, where like they're just working, and so it'd be kind of cool to check out. I'll definitely check it out.
Who's in
But
it?
I just thought
Don't
it's
say nothing like Seth Rogen or something like
uh,
that.
let's see, this is just Randall Park.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, never mind.
And
Let's not do the names because I'm not gonna know who any of those people are. Let's not see the face. It's not gonna matter.
it's one of the guys. He's like one of the agents in the Marvel series. If that helps. The Asian guy with WandaVision and I don't know.
Not at all. That does not help me. Like you said, one of the agents, bro. They have a whole Agents of Shield. I don't know.
No,
I'm not about to.
no Asian. Oh, agents, but he's also Asian.
Okay, so you're just saying he's an Asian in
Agent.
The Marvel world.
But
So
anyways,
you know
I'll
how
show you a
many
picture.
Asians were in Shang-Chi.
Yeah, you're right.
Whatever. But nah, but honestly, what's in Blockbuster taken over kind of by Redbox before like Netflix really
uh,
even. I know Netflix is kind of there, but Redbox kind of came in and was like, well, just order your, you can get Redbox.
I thought it was Netflix did like because Netflix used to be like Redbox, right? Where they mailed you shit.
I guess, but mm,
Let's see how long is
I forgot about the come up of Netflix. I don't know like that really like origin story.
Yeah, I believe it was like they made a deal. They were trying to sell Netflix. Or Netflix was trying to sell themselves to Blockbuster for like a lot of money, and they declined it. And then
So
you
then
know,
we're gonna just take you over.
Netflix essentially just took over.
We're taking over.
That's I don't know. That's kind of funny though. But
That's wild. Well,
uh,
the shit is sold.
right, like I mean, but who could imagine? That's crazy. But I guess hopping into these actual stories.
Yes, yes, yes.
Let's see. Let's talk about my future car, a Tesla.
Oh, do you want a Tesla?
Yeah, eventually. I mean, I'm not gonna go to extreme measures as this guy did, but I'll take a Tesla.
Yeah, I don't think you need to do all this. Maybe a glove would be cool, but I don't know. Go ahead.
Okay, so Tesla driver found the perfect place to keep his car key, implanted in his hand.
Ooh,
Ooh. So,
futuristic.
Tesla owner Brandon Delali took advantage of his place in a beta testing group to implant a Bluetooth key to his car in his hand. It went to a professional piercer for $400. That's how much it cost. So basically, yeah, it's a beta testing company called Vivo Key, and they apparently this isn't the first time. This isn't just a one off. This is like they're trying to make it the norm. Well, I wouldn't say the norm, but they're trying to make it more normal than usual.
Yeah, but so okay, hold up. Before you keep going further, so I get that this is so they're part of a testing group, a beta testing group. Why are they charging them $400 to get it pierced, like to get put in their hand if they're a part of the beta system? Why are they not paying for it?
I
Like
mean,
if you're putting your technology to me to test it, I feel like you should be paying for this piercer.
maybe they got a discount or something. I really don't know.
I guess
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
it's like, hey, you want to try this thing out? Well, pay me
I,
$400 and we'll have somebody put this in you. This thing that we don't know if it's safe or not. But go ahead, Vic. I'm sorry.
no, you're good. I mean, valid point, valid point. So yeah, Darley shared a video on Twitter, or I don't know how to pronounce his
Ooh,
name.
he said lately at first, and then he went for Darley.
No, hey, one of them has to be right, right?
I
But
think
he
I like
should.
the lately.
Darley.
It doesn't even have a R in it.
Anyway, she shared a video on Twitter and YouTube of having the Vivo Key Apex chip implanted by a professional piercer. The chip is contactless and covered in a biocompatible substance, It uses the same near field communication that makes Apple Pay possible. Let's see. So yeah, he paid 400. Now he's able to unlock his Tesla. Apparently, he has a
Hey,
smaller chip implanted in his left hand that stores his contact and medical information and the key to his house. So this guy is, I don't know, one of those tech guys that thinks he's the new tech. I don't know.
he said he got a bionic arm. So, he said he's gonna be going around just opening everything with his fucking hands. Boo, 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 boo. House, car, keys. So if he wanted to steal his car, can you just like cut off his hand?
I don't know. I would hope I would hope not, because someone probably would.
I'm just saying, there's nothing stopping it because it's not like how's he gonna know? Is there like a code you got to put in and then touch it? It's like a pin number.
No, I don't think so. I think you just like literally like touch it, like, and boom, unlocks.
Hey, then that means you could probably just cut off his hand and just take it, or knock him out and then take it out.
Or like kind of what they do with like Face ID, like when they're sleeping.
Yeah. Let me just borrow this hand
Cool.
real quick.
So would you ever consider anything like this?
Probably not in this future, like not in the near time. Um, Honestly, I feel
Mhm.
like a glove would be pretty cool. Like I don't know if I need to get a piercing, but I understand kind of the convenience for it, I guess. But it's not it's not that serious. I don't
Do you
mind carrying
think?
keys around.
But do you think more people are gonna do this and be like that or no?
I feel like a lot of people are going to do a lot of things when it comes to for convenience. If it's one less thing that I have to carry around, it's one less thing that you have to do. I'm pretty sure the idea of like DoorDash and stuff was kind of um off. Be like, man, I'm paying somebody to come bring me stuff and groceries, whatever. And it's like, why can't I just go to the store and do it? But then it's about convenience. So and then people kind of got on board.
Yeah, I feel like that happens a lot with new technology. There's always a lot of pushback, and then just becomes a norm. But
Yeah.
so
So I think eventually people will start hopping on this, but yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I mean, like for me personally, I wouldn't mind it. Well, I would consider it, but I would definitely not consider it for 400 bucks.
Yeah, right.
That's my thing.
This is coming from the guy who didn't want to get his freaking COVID shot just because it wasn't convenient.
Bro, I don't even.
Unless they're going door to door to give Tesla keys.
But like on my phone, I don't have a passcode to unlock it
Mm-hmm.
because it's more convenient just for me to swipe
Just
up.
like I'm good.
I guess I could put Face ID, but I don't know, that's too much. But yeah, that's all I have for that story. You got anything to add to it about technology taking over the world?
Not really. I'm always interested to see how much how far technology can go. I just, man, even just seeing the picture of this guy's hand, being cut open to put this chip in there is just, it's wild.
Yeah, like I don't know. I was just thinking right now, like, what if he ends up having like he breaks that hand and he's like in a cast? He's gonna have to like lean over and open his car or what?
I have no idea. Or what if he sells his car? Now they got to reopen it and take the chip out.
I wonder if well, probably. I was thinking, but can they reprogram the chip? But they need to take it out to do that, right? Like,
Depending on how it is. Well, if it's anything like they're saying, it's kind of like the NFC secure chip thing. You can probably just scan it on something and it'll probably be able to reprogram and
yeah.
all that stuff. So it's interesting. Don't get me wrong. It's interesting. And I'm pretty sure the guy would be going around and being like, he's like a party trick. He's a walking party trick. He's walking around and be like, hey, look what I can do. Boop. Boop. He's just opening car doors, your car in your house. And they're like, cool. What's wrong with your keys? you know? But hey, whatever. But hey, convenience. Convenience is convenience sells.
Yeah, people definitely buy convenience,
Yes, yes, yes.
but not for 400 bucks.
Yeah, definitely not for $400. You would not be. I would not be buying no convenience for $400. But that's all I have to say about that story. You got anything else to say about that, Vic?
Nope, that wraps that one up.
Cool, cool. All right, so going on to our next story. Our next story has to do with a Texas woman. So this Texas woman was rushed to the emergency room after touching a poison laced napkin that was placed on her door handle. Um, I don't know if you guys have been noticed, hearing about this too often, but this has been going around quite a bit.
Yeah, I've heard about it a little bit.
Yeah. So a woman in Texas is shaken up after she was rushed to the emergency room for a possible poisoning attempt. Erwin Sims and her husband visited a restaurant in northern Houston on Tuesday to celebrate her birthday. They enjoyed a meal before returning to the car to drive to the next destination. Unfortunately, the plans went left after Erin discovered a napkin stuffed into her door handle. What started off as a great day turned into being one of the scariest moments of my life, Erin said. And in a 4 minute long video, Erin explained how she ended up with acute poisoning. During a part of the recording, the 37-year-old showed an example of how the napkin was stuffed. The napkin was sitting in the slit created to pull the handle out and open the door. Erin said she plucked the napkin out of the slit using her lengthy acrylic fingernail. However, she pulled the door handle open using her bare fingertips. She said, I'm a slick side germaphobe, so normally I wouldn't touch anything like that. But I did have a migraine, and I don't know. I guess I thought my husband put it in my door just playing around. Uh, which I guess, if your husband's a jokester, maybe, but that's still odd. It's very odd.
Yeah.
So Erin waited for her husband. Waited until her husband finished the phone call before asking about the napkin. Immediately after her husband confirmed the napkin wasn't his, Erin searched for and used the hand sanitizer. Erin's husband attempted to calm her and suggests she goes back to the restaurant to wash her hands. Erin said her fingertips started tingling about 2 minutes after washing her hands. So to relax, she told herself she was tripping and that she was feeling nothing. Um, the birthday lady slipped back into the car with her husband. They started driving. Erin kept feeling the tingling feeling to herself. She kept the tingling feeling to herself. But after about 5 minutes of driving, the sensation spread to her entire arm, and the symptoms only worsened from there. She said, then my arm started feeling numb. I got lightheaded. I felt like I couldn't breathe. It got hot. I got hot. It was just a whole bunch of different feelings at one time. I started to panic. My husband calmed me down. He told me, just calm down, drink some water, just breathe, just breathe. Um, Erin complied. It took deep breaths and dialed 911. The couple needed help. They needed help finding the nearest emergency room as they weren't familiar with the area. They had a CAT scan. Basically, at the end of the day, she was poisoned. And so they were saying that I guess people are going around like at stores and stuff, and they're kind of like watching people getting out of cars and things like that. And what they do is they put this, I think it's like a fentanyl laced napkin almost. They put it on your doorknob, so when you touch the doorknob, you basically kind of pass out. They take you, do whatever. Um, she got lucky, of course, and she's doing a lot better now. But just be careful. That's kind of what the story is kind of suggesting. I'm not going to sit here and read this whole thing because I know y'all don't want to hear every little detail that happened. But at the end of the day, just be careful. You see anything odd? You see somebody tied. There's another thing. I think besides the napkin thing, I think there's another one where people kind of like tie bags on your car, and it kind of like it's like marking your car. So like whoever is watching you, they know to look at that car.
Mm-hmm.
So look out for any kind of like weird things, especially women, because unfortunately there are a lot of bad people out here who are looking to take advantage. So this kind of stuff scares me a lot, especially with Kayla, and just like hoping that this never happens. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so
Because you always think, oh, it's not gonna happen to me, but then, bam, like,
bam. So
yeah, just be careful.
education is everything. The more you know, the better.
You see anything suspicious, you can like, always try to have someone walk you out, like an employee or something.
Mm-hmm. And which is crazy because I actually seen another recent video in New Orleans actually, and which this lady was being followed. She was at the zoo, the Dallas Zoo, and she was being followed by some guy, and the guy was literally like clearly following her. She recorded him and everything. She had to get with the police officer or the security to walk her to her car, and when she got to her car, it was stuffed with napkins and stuff. And she was like, what the hell is this? So they had to wait for her. They had to call the police, and they had to come get a team out there to collect the stuff. And it's just sad that even something as simple as a walk at the park can turn into, dang, you could have possibly been missing the next day. And these people are doing it in broad daylight. So, this is in our neck of the woods. This is Texas. So
I know.
Houston's not too far away from you, Vic.
I
So
know.
it's just be careful. You got two ladies at your house that you got to take care of. So
I know. Yeah, I mean, like you said, this just it's scary. One like for Leslie, and then now like raising a daughter. So,
yeah,
but
but hey, education's everything. The more you know.
it's better to like be aware of it instead of like trying to rather than thinking that everything's all fine and
Okay.
dandy all the time.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. Exactly.
but like I said, I'm glad we live in a transparent world where like stories like this are brought up so that people become more aware of it. So I think that kind of helps everyone out.
Agreed. Agreed.
But moving to another kind of sad
Kind of sad story.
story.
We've been going. This is kind of sad stories.
So yeah, a 3-year-old girl declared dead wakes up at a funeral before dying again. So.
We're gonna just stop there. I'm just playing. Now, go ahead, Vic.
So yeah, this is kind of crazy. So a grieving family is trying to pick up the pieces after losing a young girl twice. 3-year-old Camila Mendoza was taken to a pediatric to,
Pediatrician, I got
yeah,
you.
yeah, my bad. On August 17th for stomach pain, vomiting, and a fever. They diagnosed her with dehydration and advised the mother to take her to a hospital. At the hospital, they gave her a cold towel, lowered her body temperature, all the doctor stuff, checked the oxygen levels, gave her a prescription, treated her for pain and fever. However, the condition just kept getting worse. And the doctor apparently told the mother to give her non-sweet fruits and water. It's prescribed a different medication. But the toddler continued to vomit, and her family eventually brought her to the emergency room. And they were trying to, you know, do like apparently they were having trouble with an IV, like sticking it in her because her veins are so hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
But finally they got to it, and then they put her in the room. It's just they basically said, "We you have to let her rest in peace." So like it was just her. Like the mom unfortunately had to like wait outside of the room.
Mm-hmm.
But then later the doctors came around and said that she had died from dehydration, and then a funeral was arranged for her the next day. During the viewing, the mom noticed the windows of the glass coffin starting to fog up. Others at the funeral, were like, you're hallucinating, this you're seeing what you kind of want to see because obviously no one wants to see their daughter like that.
Of course.
But then the grandmother went to like get a closer look, and she saw toddler's eyes moving, and noticed that there was a pulse. So they called 911. Got her out, and she was rushed to the hospital, and they performed life saving measures. However, they were unsuccessful, and she was pronounced dead once again for dehydration, metabolic failure, and a cerebral edema swelling in the brain.
Damn.
So she's filing a lawsuit against the hospital, accusing the staff of negligence for declaring her dead too soon. And she did say, "What I really want is for justice to be served. I have no grudge against the doctors who went to extreme measures. I only ask that the doctors, nurses, and directors be changed so that it does not happen again."
It's understandable.
So,
And it's the thing that's crazy about this story that mostly is because like usually the procedure about when somebody dies is they immediately like embalm the body. So basically
mhm.
take out the guts and stuff like that. For this reason, so people don't just wake up like that. Um,
Yeah,
but there are some times I think even when I feel like we read a story before when something like this similar happened. I can't remember when they embalmed the body and that person still kind of like came back. It's just weird, or maybe I read it somewhere. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's crazy. Like how the body works sometimes. Could have just been, muscle spasms. You know what I mean? And it just appeared that she was, back alive, but she never really was. Um,
Mhm.
so it's a crazy story. It's tragic to see. It's already bad enough that you have to see your daughter pass away, and then for see her come back and pass away again. It's like, man, you just went back. You know, you have to experience loss twice,
Yeah, it's
and
just like,
that's scary.
yeah, just the thought of what if, you know, they did something different at the hospital, would she still be here with us, or was it untreatable? It's just, I'm sure she's going through a lot of things in her mind, and it does suck. Um, like I don't know,
But
that is
prayers up to
crazy.
that family.
Yeah, and it was crazy. Like you said, the funeral was like the next day, and they didn't do all that. Like, because I mean, I remember hearing like back in like the old days, this happened a lot. Like,
Mm-hmm.
'cause, like you could see like coffins had like scratch marks and stuff inside, which so I guess that's probably why they started doing stuff like that to make sure someone was actually dead,
Yeah,
and for it to happen in the 21st century kind of sucks. But
it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
yeah, so um,
But to get out of this depressing story, um, oh, you want to go into the next story, Vic?
yeah, so Missouri school district is bringing back spanking.
Beating that booty.
So yeah, if all other disciplinary actions fail, teachers in Missouri Cassville RIV school district will be allowed to spank a student with a paddle. Parents learned last week. The superintendent said the school board brought back the practice after parents asked for more punishments other than suspension. So the parent has to approve the spanking of the child, but once they do, a teacher can use reasonable physical force on a student, but give no chance of bodily injury or harm. A witness has to be present during the spanking, and a teacher or principal must give notice to the superintendent justifying the punishment.
Okay.
So apparently, you it says big picture. You may be surprised to learn that that corporal punishment, as it is formally known, is legal in 19 states. That's because the Supreme Court decision in 1977 said that the technique was constitutional and let each state decide on its own rule. Um, so, how do you
Okay.
feel about that?
Hey, man, I'm for it. Um, I feel like a little spanking don't hurt nobody, and
Mhm.
I can understand parents wanting to have another punishment other than suspension, because suspension is it's very un- inconvenient for parents,
Mhm.
especially parents who don't have work at home jobs or who have to be at work, or stuff like that, because it's just like now it's impeding on my money in a way. Like, man, I got to come and get this kid because you're suspending them, and it's like, man, if he's just acting out or she's just acting out, if give him a spanky. I mean, something other than sending them home, because sending them home doesn't teach them anything,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
And I
Like, if
always thought, like for me, I always thought about suspension was kind of weird because I feel like the
it's like
kids,
vacation almost.
yeah, the kids that are doing this, like they probably want to be suspended. They just want to be at home chilling.
Exactly.
They probably know, oh, my mom, she's not gonna be able to take off of work while I'm home, so I'm just gonna be by myself. It's like you said, like a vacation. So I do see there should be another platform for punishment, and I think it's okay.
Yeah, honestly, like, this spanking ain't never hurt nobody.
Yeah, I mean,
That's kind
I
of how I
get
feel.
I get like because a lot of times people are like, I don't trust school districts, or I don't trust anyone else spank my kids, even like they could be for spanking like their own kids, but
Mm-hmm.
having it be
Done by
done by
somebody
someone
else.
else, I know that's a concern for some parents. And but I feel like it's not bad the way they're doing it because you obviously you have to,
Go through a
you
bunch of
know,
steps. It seems like
yeah, like you
just
have
to
to
even,
approve of it
yeah,
before it even becomes an option, and they got witnesses, and so I don't think it like the way they're doing it. I think it's good.
yeah. I definitely think this is a lot safer route. You got to get, not only is getting permission from the parent, but it has to go through all these other steps. Like Vicky, like
Hmm.
you said, you get somebody has to be present, and it has to they have a good reason on why they're doing this, and so it's good that there's a lot of extra steps to the process besides just being like, oh, this person taught that a term, I'm spanking them. You know,
Yeah.
it got to be a legitimate reason.
It's like it's probably gonna be like a hassle for like them to do all the paperwork. So they're probably gonna, it's like a last resort kind of thing.
Yeah, most definitely.
So, but I think it's good. I think there's nothing wrong with it. I feel like some people need it.
Honestly, I'm not, man. Look, we grew up kind of on that a little bit, and I feel like we turned out to be pretty great people, and I don't have a problem with it personally.
Well, that
I
is
know it's weird. I know it's weird to have somebody else beating your kid or hitting your kid, but you know, hey,
yeah,
I
but
don't,
I mean, like, hopefully you're raising your kid where hopefully they're not getting in trouble at school, anyways. So,
exactly. So that's kind of the it's a facto on this. It's just like hey, teach your kid. You'll never have to experience this, and it's not like hey, beating the kid is number one option. It's like, hey, this is last resort. If we're gonna go through all these little steps first, before we have to result in having to hit the child. Um, but hey, I don't. The only thing that probably concerns me a little bit is that this is going to traumatize the child in some type of way, and then then it creates another cycle. But I think if it's just a little punishment here and there for correcting actions. It's not like
yeah, and I
you're
feel
going
like
and beating the crap out of them. So,
I do feel like it would kind of like once students kind of see this going on, like, oh, they actually just spanked this kid. Like, I feel like it might deter them away from acting out as much as well. Like, just seeing someone else get spanked, like,
yeah,
make not want to go through that. So,
sometimes what it takes, man. It takes one person to be a to be the what you call it. What am I trying to say? Example, to be the
example,
example.
yeah.
And everybody's like, "Ooh, I don't know if I want that to happen to me." And they should make it to where like they should do that shit in front of class too, like so it can be embarrassing too.
Or like a whole presentation.
Everybody go,
Come down to the
everybody
cafeteria.
comes to that cafeteria. The whole announcement, the whole school's there. This is
Can
what
we?
happens when.
It's like, can we please get what it's like they say the name up to the stage? Congratulations, you get a spanking.
You get a spanking, and here's your reason. And say, sorry, we have to record this for educational purposes. Yeah.
Find it on TikTok later.
It's just crazy though. But I didn't even know that it was still legal in so many different states still, that they're
Yeah,
doing this. So
you think like
this is 69,000 children were being punished physically in 2017 to 2018. Interesting.
interesting. So you think it's gonna come back a little bit or no? Probably not.
I don't know. It's
Personally,
just
I feel like it's like I don't know. I feel like people won't be on board for it. I feel like I know we are, but I don't know. I feel like the norm.
the newer generation is definitely against corporal punishment. I know that for sure. Even some of the friends that we have is like they don't believe in punishing their children, or is like spanking at least. It's hey, I'm gonna talk to you softly. You act out. Yeah, but hey, everybody has their way of raising kids, and I think I understand. You just teach
Yeah,
your
like
kids to be great people, and you won't have any issues.
like there's different. There's obviously different ways to parent someone, and we're not dissing on anyone's parenting skills, but
Of course not. Of course not. But if you are one of those parents that don't hit your kids, and your kids acting crazy, and you're just looking, and people are just looking at you like, hey, a little, just stop it, on the hand, just a little smack on the hand.
a little
Sometimes just
love
makes,
at least, right?
I like that changes just a little bit. Sometimes I'm not saying you gotta go in and just haymaker your child, but just a little
Yes.
smack on the hand is not gonna kill them. It's just like, look, no, no, shit. You do it to dogs to teach them. It's just, I'm just saying that's kind of how that works sometimes. Yeah,
Hey, it works.
you don't go around just beating the crap out of your child. You should be fine.
Yeah. More I
what
said.
what I say?
Why are you
Like,
crying?
why are you crying? I give you something to cry about. That's one thing I hated. I give you something to cry about.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing you ever got a whipping for, Vic? You ever got a whipping before?
I vaguely remember. I feel like I did vaguely. I don't know. I'm not trying to, what's the thing called? Toot my own horn. is
To my own horn.
that the phrase?
Yeah, well, to your own horn is kind of like you're kind of praising yourself for something.
Well, I was gonna say because I feel like I was a pretty good child. Like I was pretty well behaved.
I can see that. You seem like a goody two shoe.
A being honor roll. You know.
Same.
Oh, so,
Yeah. So you don't remember any time you've been whooped?
I need to get whipped. But I feel like no, I feel like in the early stages a little bit. There was sometimes, but I can't honestly remember it because it's so long ago. But
Okay.
what
I remember.
about you?
I remember this one. Well, I was kind of the same. Out of my brothers, I was always the good child in my mom's eyes and stuff like that. Which don't get me wrong, I never really did anything bad. If I did get in trouble, I deserved it. I know that for sure. Um, One of my worst whoopings that I've got is this one time in elementary school where basically I had a friend, next door neighbor. We went to school together all the time, and basically we would catch a ride with the neighbor, one of the other neighbors that would take us to school, and we were like running late for school, and we were both worried like, look, we're gonna be late. And we had this bright idea to that we're gonna walk to school.
Oh, bro.
Bruh, we're walking to school. We are super late. Like, school done started. We're getting lost trying to get to school. I'm like, man, I remember how to get there, but I guess I don't. We're walking and stuff and crazy shit, bro. And then after that, we got as we're walking, a car pulled up and they're like, hey, are you kids lost or whatever? And it's like, we're just trying to walk to school. Like, hey, well, I'm heading that way anyway. You want to, I can give y'all a ride. So we get in this random ass car, random person car, and they take us to school. Luckily, nothing happened.
I was
But
there.
next thing you know, we get a call to the principal. They had called my mom because I wasn't in class. Both got in trouble. I had to go to the principal's office. It was pretty crazy. That was a crazy day, and I got probably the worst whooping of my life that day. Trying to be grown, and
How old were you?
man, I don't remember how old I was, but I had to be at least like maybe 10.
Oof.
I definitely wasn't. I don't think I was in my teenage years yet, because it's obviously elementary school. But yeah, I was so worried about being there on time that I made myself super late, and it cost me a good little butt whooping. Hey, I deserved it though, so I couldn't be mad about it. But
And I mean,
it was
it's crazy
dangerous.
because like, you're like worried about being late for school, like a good kid, like you want to be
Yeah,
at school,
yeah. I
but
was
you
like, I'm trying
want
to
to get
be
on
good,
time.
but it ended up, yeah, backfiring on me big time.
But you never walked to school again.
I know not that time. I always waited.
That's crazy though. I remember we used to walk like obviously like my lot like me and my brothers were when we were in elementary together. We would all just kind of walk home together. I think
Mm-hmm.
most of the time my mom met up with us, but sometimes when my brothers were older, it was just us. But
That makes sense. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, that's all I really have to say, Vic. You have anything else to add?
about the story about spanking.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Well, that concludes this episode. But thank you guys for listening to us. As always, we appreciate it. If you haven't yet, make sure you click on that like button, that subscribe button, and click on that bell notification so every time we post, you get notified. Vic, any last comments,
Remarks.
remarks?
Yeah, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at nowhearmeout.kv.
KV.
Go ahead and email us any stories or questions at nowhearmeout.kv
KV.
at gmail.com. Like Kristen was saying, follow and subscribe at YouTube at Kristen Vic parentheses NHMO.
NHMO.
Give us that 5 stars in the Apple review.
5 stars.
Follow me on TikTok at weirdvic_flips and follow us at TikTok at Now Hear Me Out Podcast. And make sure you do some shopping at nowhearmeout.spreadshop.com.
Hey, appreciate you. And you guys can follow me on Beast Mode Chris where the E's are threes. That's Beast Mode Chris where the E's are threes on Instagram.
Well,
Again, go ahead.
I say right now there's a sale going on, right? On this.
I think the sale is gonna probably be ending by the time this episode comes out. So no.
Oh, we'll just cut that part out. No, but sell or not, go over there. Give us a little support.
Yes, and I know there's another sale coming up pretty soon. I don't know exactly. I have to look at the dates on it, but it does tell us, when the sale's gonna start. Should be sometime next month, I believe. Or Christmas time. Yeah, but whenever that happens, I'll post it and let you guys know about it. But other than that, thank you guys for tuning in, and appreciate you guys. Love you guys, and we are out of here. Peace.